What's going on, Pookie? Today, I want to share with you how to make any dropshipping product a winner and give you the easiest, fastest blueprint to see dropshipping success by giving you my 2 best offer structures that are killing it for my stores right now, and 3 hacks that I do on all of my ads when testing products to consistently scale new products from 0 to 6 figures a month consistently. Now, before this video begins, if you need any help implementing the amazing strategy I'm about to reveal to you in this video, or just help in general with your dropshipping store, then I would recommend booking a call with my one-on-one team down below, where you can work with me personally, get 6 calls a week where I will review your products, your websites, your ads, and teach you exactly what you need to improve. And we're the only program that guarantees you'll hit $1,000 a day in the next 180 days, or we will keep coaching you for free until you do. But without further ado, let's get into the video. And the best part is I taught this to my one-on-one students that I'm currently teaching 5 days a week, and the results have been insane. Just take a look at this. We have a 16-year-old inside my program that just sent me this screenshot. Look at him in the Lamborghini renting cars. I don't even think that's possible when you're 16, but his store is doing $1,500 a day. And we also have students like Tim, who's in his 30s, who already has a business and is doing this on the side, doing over $2 million a year, implementing this offer and these ad strategies that I'm going to teach you in this video. So if you are currently testing products and you're only making a sale here or there, and maybe you're not even making sales, and it just feels like you're in a repetitive, monotonous cycle where you test products, lose money, test products, lose money, and you just don't know what you're doing wrong, well, I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you need to do to fix it so you can finally see the success you deserve. Now, the biggest difference right now between my students and I, and you watching this video, is you're a gooner and I'm an edger. We love edging here at the Bold Ecom program, finding ways that we can get an edge over everyone else selling the same product. Because no matter what product you choose, there's always gonna be hundreds and thousands of other people selling the same product. And everyone on YouTube, I watch the videos, I relate. I feel bad for you because it's a giant load of crap that's right now being taught to you guys that you guys are just garbling and eating up like it's candy on a stick. It's just not good information. Because most people are just telling you, yes, make better ads and make better offers. Yes, that is what matters. But how? Why is no one teaching you how to actually do that? It's because they don't know how to teach. They actually don't know what really makes up a good ad or a good offer. They just pretend like they do. Yeah, use ChatGPT to make your ad scripts. Yeah, just come up with a random 50% off offer. Yeah, use an AI store builder and just call it a day. Yeah, that'll be good enough. In what world, my friend? I study winning ads and winning offers from the best dropshipping brands every single week, and none of them are using these AI store builders. None of them are using these complicated funnels and listicles and this branded dropshipping approach that everyone's pushing on you right now. None of them. It sounds good. It sounds flowery. It gets you excited. It gives you hope that, okay, maybe it's not me as the problem. It's just the vehicle. It's the way I'm operating. My friend, you need to take a good long look at yourself in the mirror and realize the number one reason why you haven't been successful is the person staring right back at you. Your execution, your skills are not there yet. But it's also not your fault because you really haven't been taught how to differentiate. So first, we need to understand what are people doing right now, and then what can we do differently to beat them. So right now, the meta is there's 2 approaches to dropshipping. One, you go full AI, you go full outsource AI, delegate everything, don't even touch anything. Have an AI store builder build your product page. Have ChatGPT write your product description, your ad scripts. Have some sort of AI tool make your ads. Then just test, and if the product doesn't work, well, boo-hoo, it was the product's fault. And then Papa E tests that same exact product and scales it to 6 figures a month. Then you have the other approach, which is the long game, focusing on quality with each test by building a complicated funnel, doing a listicle, doing all this crazy research, testing with, 5 to 10 ripped ads. So really just putting a ton of time and emphasis on the website, but still half-assing the ads, which results in you testing instead of 1 product a week, which is where you need to be, to testing 1 product every 3 weeks or 1 product every month because it takes so much effort and time to build these complicated funnels that you don't get enough reps in. Because it takes typically around 15 to 20 product tests when you're a beginner to get your first winner. But if it takes you, let's say 1 test every 4 weeks, that's 80 weeks to get to 20 product tests. That's over a year and a half. You're not going to be in this game for a year and a half of every single product you've tested has been a fail, and it takes you so much time and effort and energy to just get that product test launched in the first place. So you need to have an efficient way to test products, but not go all in on efficiency and just AI store build, half-ass your website, have very little social proof, have no real strategy as to what you're doing on your product page. You're just trusting the store builder to do it, or going all in on basically marrying a product, hoping it works, and then it doesn't work, you get discouraged, and then you quit. And then you start doing Forex and lose all your money, and your wife threatens to divorce you. And your kids can't even look at you. And they want to go with mommy or daddy. I know we have like 2% of people that watch this videos are female. So like, I apologize for the women out there that when I refer to you as homies or bros. But the reality is this. I don't think either approach is good. I think the ideal structure you need to follow as a beginner dropshipper or even an advanced dropshipper is you need to have a blend, a perfect mixture, a concoction of efficiency and quality, which is having a template for your problem-solving products, a template for your non-problem-solving products that actually is strategically done with purpose. See, people will just copy a template, but they don't realize why those sections are there in the first place. Every section of your product page needs to serve a purpose. The most important part of your product page, and as we mentioned in the beginning of this video, is your offer. To give you an example, I have a student in my program who has an offer right now that I'm about to reveal to you, where the price point is $64.99 with free shipping. His other offer is $64.99, the exact same offer with $5 shipping. Guess how much of a difference that made when he tested those two offers? And this is why I keep telling you guys, if you're not A/B converting, your bank account's going to be hurting. On his offer, which is $64.99 plus free shipping, he's making $3 per visitor. Every time he gets a visitor, he makes $3. On his offer, that's $64.99 plus 5 shipping, he makes 80 cents a visitor, 4 times less. All because of $5 extra he charges on the shipping. This is why you split test. Price points, offer structures, charging for shipping, different shipping prices, different complementary products, because that alone is the biggest variable you can change to if your product page isn't where it needs to be to get it to where it needs to be. Now, the golden metric for your website is revenue per visitor. How much revenue do you make for every visitor on your website? The typical best dropshipping stores right now make $2, $3, $4 a visitor. So if your website right now, and this is easy, just divide revenue by visitors. If you're not at even $1, which most dropshipping stores right now, if you go in your store right now, it's probably not at $1 a visitor. And that's why you can't scale. Your website's not performing the way it needs to be. So how do we get it to perform? You make better offers. I know you've heard it a million times. So how do you make better offers? You stop doing the generic 50% off offer, limited time sale. It's crap. It's not enticing. So here's offer structure number 1 that you can apply today. Write this down, screenshot it, print it, and tattoo it into your brain. Have an offer where you have a complimentary gift for free and try to value stack. Try an offer, and I'll give you an example here. I have a student that's right now selling a beard laser kit. It's basically just one product. It's a laser that you put onto your beard. Honestly, I could need this. I mean, this ain't connected. There's a reason why I have to look like a Mangazi 24/7 with the mustache goatee combo, because I try to grow a beard, guys. I'm still hitting puberty, I guess. But this product basically helps guys that struggle to grow a beard with laser therapy. It's like shock kind of therapy to wake up dormant hairs, to provide blood flow to those areas so that hair growth can actually happen. So most people selling that product would just have that product. It costs about $15 from the supplier. So they charge $49.99. Okay, $99.99 compare price, call it a fucking day. And then you wonder why you're failing. It's the worst offer you could possibly have. So what my student is doing instead is he's charging $64.99. And you may be saying, Ethan, how is that a better offer than $49.99? It's $15 more. Hold your horses there, bucko. Let me tell you. But he's including a complementary product, another beard oil. So it's not just the laser, but it's also the beard oil that accelerates the growth. Find a complementary product that accelerates the results that your customer wants. So first off, know what your customer wants. What's their core desire? Is it to grow a thicker beard? This product could also apply to guys that have a hairline that's pushed back and they want to get their hairline back. So again, there's 2 different target audiences. There's 2 different sub niches, something we already talked about. So when we're running ads, we need to have ads that are specific to the audience of people that have beard problems, and then ads that are specific to the people that have hairline issues. Because we don't know which target desire is the right target desire, is the most profitable target desire for our brand. But getting back to the point, we have the laser, then we have the oil, which both of those target audiences could use to solve and get closer to their target desire. And then we have a 1-year warranty, which we value at $30. So you're not just getting the product for $64, you're getting this beard oil for free and a 1-year warranty, which we're saying the value is $30, but we're charging nothing for. That's a much better offer than just your product alone. Try value stacking. And if you can throw in another complementary product, imagine you have the laser, an oil, maybe even a derma roller. So it's a full kit plus the 1-year warranty. $64.99. That is a true winning, irresistible offer compared to $49.99. Yeah, 50% off. Get yours. The sale ends at midnight today only. It's not a good offer. Shame on you, my friend. Bad. Now, the other offer you can try. This one's a little bit more out there, and I would really only recommend it if you're selling something that's a little cheaper. Now, my margin rules are always you need to sell something for at least a $25 margin and 3x what it cost you from your supplier. The reason why is because when you're running ads, it's very difficult at scale when you're spending thousands of dollars to get cost per purchases for under $20. Very rare. So, if you're selling a product that, let's say, costs you $5, so it could be, let's do an eye massager. So an eye massager will probably cost you like $10. So you need to sell it for $35 with my rules. What you could do is instead of doing $34.99, 50% off, what if you tried $34.99 for buy one and then buy two for $44 or buy two for $39? So basically, you're doing the movie theater strategy where you have the small option at $7, the large is at $8. So it makes the large price look so much better in comparison. So it's trying to have both of these. So you have Ka-Ching, the bundle app, where it's buy one of your product at $34, $49, whatever, but then buying a second one is only a few dollars more, which makes the perceived value of that second offer so much greater. It feels like a no-brainer, and that's what you want your customers to feel. So in that eye massager example, if it costs us $10, realistically, probably the COGS if we would do that second offer. So if we're paying for two, it's probably going to cost $15. So what if we did buy one for $44 and we could literally do BOGO for $44? We could have the same, and I've seen this. People have buy one, get one, $49 or $44 in this example, and then buy one for $44. And it's like, oh my God, that's an error. That these people are dumb. Look at me, I'm taking advantage of them. Idiots, I'm going to get two for the price of one. God. These guys are going to go out of business. When little did you know, that was all part of the plan in the first place. Forcing your hand. I'm like a magician out here. You think you have free will, but you never did. I control the cards. Is this your card? Oh, no. You said it was what? The 7 of clubs? Why don't you check inside your pants? Bet you found it. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Call me David Blaine. All right, so that's the second offer you can try. I think it's very interesting. I think it's definitely worth a split test of doing buy one and then a BOGO either at the same price or a few dollars more. You'd be shocked at the conversion rate because people think they're taking advantage and that there's some sort of error going on. Now, let's get into ad hacks you can do, and then we'll wrap this video up with some sort of girl story so I can share some tea with my girlies. All right. So when it comes to the ad side, how can you get an edge? Because I know you love edging. Not in that way, though, bucko. On the ad side, the first way we can get edge, we already talked about, was sub-niches. Now, the other way to differentiate your ads from everyone else is taking the right angles. So you might have, an eye massager where you know, all right, the audience for this eye massager, they want to get, let's say, reduced eye bags. So they have these eye bags, which, geez Louise, I have them too. I don't know what to do to get rid of them. I might need Botox. But then again, I don't want to turn into a plastic LA influencer. But anyways, to reduce eye bags, they're going to buy this eye massager. And that's the right angle. That is the angle that is working right now to that audience. That is the main core desire. And everyone's running that angle. So it's a saturated angle. Products don't get saturated. It's really angles. But what if we took that saturated angle and then just marketed to a new audience or a new location? That's the next way you can get an edge. If you know that eye bag angle is only being shown to people with that problem in Australia and Canada and US, the big 3, big 4 markets, take that angle that's saturated and market it to a new audience that hasn't seen it. So therefore, that angle is no longer saturated. So you can do it to English-speaking countries in Europe. So obviously, there's England, and then that's it. No, of course, obviously there's other ones. There's Germany, there's Austria, there's Switzerland, there's the Nordic countries, there's Norway, there's Sweden, there's Finland. That's about as far as my geography can go. Again, I did not go to college. If I ever went to Jeopardy or, hey, that one show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? I would absolutely flunk out. But it doesn't matter. All I know is dropshipping. And that's it. That's all I need to know. Make money and emotionally manipulate women. Those are my only two MOs in life. And also being a professional soccer player. It's going pretty good, by the way. All right. So with this, you need to have a list of English-speaking countries in Europe because those markets are not being hit by the majority of dropshippers. That is a way you can get an edge on a saturated marketing angle. Find something that's already working product-wise. Find an angle that's already working. Find the new audience. You can also do this by finding a new platform. If everyone's marketing that product and that angle and that audience on TikTok, take it to Facebook. If everyone's doing it on Facebook, take it to TikTok. Those are really the two main platforms. So if you know already, okay, that angle's saturated on Facebook, but I'm also going to be marketing on Facebook, and it's already been marketed to those other countries, then what's the final edge you could realistically do? You need to try a new angle. If you know the product has already been shown to the main audience, then you need to get a new angle to get their attention. And this is where with the eye massager, so let's say eye bags has been that angle for a while, you need to find a new benefit, a new desire, a new audience of people. And you can do that through your ads. Your ads do all the targeting. And that's why your hook is so important that we talked about earlier. Because with that cat product, if I specifically say, if you have an older cat, keep watching, then everyone who has a young cat that could potentially use that product isn't going to watch because it doesn't apply to them. And that's good. You should have hooks that specifically call out a target audience in your mind and give them either the biggest benefit or the biggest problem that they currently have to reel them in, so that you can teach them in the video how they can solve that problem or how they can get that benefit that they truly desire. That is the making of a good hook. Nothing else. And to break down hooks, you really need to have three things in your hook. A visual hook that engages your audience, a text on screen hook, so a little bubble that foreshadows what the value is of the video or calls out the audience, and then your audio hook, the actual script that you write. So if I was to do the cat brace example, I could say, if you're an older cat owner, or if your older cat is moping around, blah, blah, blah. So if your older cat struggles to walk around and you want to see them play like a kitty again, then keep watching. I know it's a little longer. Again, that's just off the top of my head. But that would be the script. Then you would have a visual. So at the start, you would have a fat old cat laying down, then a fat old cat actually moving. And then on the text on screen hook, you would have either a benefit or the problem. It could be, does your cat look like this? Then keep watching. Or if your cat is getting older, then blank, like get benefit. Or if you want your cat to be like a kitty again or to play around like a kitty again, keep watching. Again, whatever the main core desires are. And this is why you have to split test even these things. Even when you know what the sub niche of your audience is and you know what the benefits are, you can say those benefits in so many different ways. And you don't know which way is going to work until you test. So I think the overall arching idea from this video, and I wish I got to it sooner because let's be honest, only about 10% of you are still watching this video. I know the numbers. Congrats if you are. Comment Pookie down below if you made it this far. Is that you just need to be strategic with the way you test products. Actually have a plan. Because most dropshippers nowadays are just throwing up ads. They're just throwing up product pages and there's no rhyme or reason as to the reason they're doing it. They just watch a YouTube video of some big wig dropshipper like, I don't want to call it any names because I know everyone in the space. AC Hampton. And they're just watching those guys and then they just throw up a random store because that's what they've been told to do, throw up random ads, and they call it a day. And they fail every single time. Instead, know your audience, know what benefits resonate with them, know what problems they have so that you can say that in your copy to be as relatable as possible. It should feel like when you are making your ad scripts and you're writing your description, like you're talking to someone over a FaceTime call. It should be that relatable. But when you're using ChatGPT and these AI tools, they don't know how to write like humans. They're sometimes close, but you're going to have to usually take the ideas. It's going to be 60, 70% of the way there. Then add the extra 20 to 30%. Add that relatability factor. Add that emotion to it. How can we paint a picture in the mind of our customer as to the value they're going to receive? So that's what you need to do on your website. And then your offers, be strategic. Split test different price points, offer structures. We already talked about this. Try those 2 offers. You are going to be further ahead than every other person testing that same product because they do not know those offers. They're just doing the generic 50% off. And then with your social proof on your website, that's the second biggest thing I'd argue. Do it strategically. Handle objections. If you know with your eye massager, people have the objection that, I don't want to try this out because I think it's going to burn me. Handle the objection in your social proof. Have someone that literally says that. I was worried that this may leave me with burns, or I had bad experiences in the past with similar products, but this pleasantly surprised me. It had 5 different heating modes, so I found the perfect temperature. And after a few weeks, it got rid of my eye bags and I was blown away. This has changed my life. Or now, every time I go out, I finally never have to deal with people asking or telling me that I look tired. That's the relatable way I can say the problem. And saying, hey, are you tired of having eye bags? Which isn't bad, but it's the surface level. What does it mean when you have eye bags? Well, people keep telling you you're tired everywhere you go. So if you're sick of hearing that, here's the solution. You got to go a layer deeper, my friend. That is the extra 1% of sauce that makes the difference. In fact, I just use ChatGPT right now on an eye massager. Here's the hook they came up with. Struggling with fine lines, wrinkles, and dark circles? No matter how much sleep you get, they just won't go away. I don't like that because in that hook alone, struggling with fine lines, wrinkles, and dark circles. What if you're someone who has fine lines, but you don't have those other problems? It's too broad. Have your ad be as specific as possible. Because even if you do briefly mention one audience, but then you start talking about other audiences, then you're going to lose people. And I don't care if your product solves all 3. Have ads that talk about one problem and one solution. So if those are the 3 main target audiences I have for the eye massager, people with fine lines, wrinkles, and dark circles, okay, one ad specifically to people with fine lines. I used to hate how my fine lines made me look 20 years older than I actually am. Or that when I would go to my kids' parent-teacher conference, people would say, are you his grandma instead of his mom? Again, top of my head here, but that's the idea is how can I make it as relatable as possible for that one problem? Then the rest of the ad is all about how this product solves the one problem of fine lines. Then next audience, wrinkles. Ever since I was 20 years old, I started noticing these wrinkles on my skin and I was terrified of aging poorly. I was terrified of going outside and people thinking I looked older than I actually was. Try to find the most relatable way. Then the rest of the ad, this eye massager massages your skin. It feels like a warm hug. Don't just say the usual, like this is what ChatGPT said. Our advanced technology combines gentle, warm, soothing massage and microcurrent stimulation to boost circulation and collagen production. That sentence has zero emotional appeal. Every line of your copy needs to be what's in it for me. If I'm the average bimbo, fine line, wrinkle-having woman, I don't know what any of that means. Even me, as a dude, our advanced technology, it means nothing. It's just a bunch of jargon. It sounds good, but it means nothing. I would rather say our heat therapy feels like a soothing massage. It feels like a warm hug after a long day. It feels like you will melt into your couch as the heat therapy or whatever, the microcurrent stimulation melts away your wrinkles after only a few weeks. Dumb it down so it can be more relatable. What's the emotion? Are you sick and tired? Do you have fine lines or are you sick and tired of having fine lines? The next line here, introducing a revolutionary at-home solution designed to smooth wrinkles. Again, like revolutionary at home, it just sounds like an ad. If I am talking to you like it's a FaceTime call, one-to-one, am I going to say, yeah, man, this is a revolutionary at-home solution, man? No, it sounds like I'm an infomercial. It sounds like I'm Billy Mays here with OxyClean. It's got to feel like a FaceTime, guys. It's got to feel relatable. So I actually had a student of mine who wrote a script for this product, and he did a pretty good job, I can't lie. He said, I used to avoid mirrors because every time I caught my reflection, it just made me feel older. It made me feel sad. That'll hit. If I'm that target audience and I've dealt with that problem, oh my God, that hook is going to get my attention. It felt like no matter how much I slept or how many creams I tried, nothing worked. Relatable, aggravating the problem about how other alternative solutions don't work. I just wanted to look like me again. That's when I came across this eye massager on TikTok that uses red light therapy to brighten and smooth your skin, and it has saved my self-esteem. And it has turned back the clock 10 years. It feels like a warm massage on my skin. And now my skin is healthier, and I finally feel good about the reflection I see in the mirror every single day. I'm more confident in my skin, blah, 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 other benefits. Again, this is part of his script, part of my own. That is good copy. That is how you sub-niche your audience, split test those benefits in that messaging, and make better ads than everyone else selling the same exact product. You do the research, figure out how to say it in a human way with emotions. Talk about the emotions, not, yeah, we really at home solution. Blah, blah. Stop the jargon. Stop it. No one cares. Keep it to the actual benefits, like you were talking to a friend, recommending this product to them. If you were talking to your target audience across from your dinner table right now, how would you speak to them? Then use that in your product descriptions, in your ads, and you are dramatically going to get an increase in success in your product tests. So as we wrap up this video that you've already liked and commented on, I'm watching you, bucko. Let's get you one more episode of the Finding a Wifey in Miami Chronicles, Finding Mrs. Dropshipping, which is basically an oxymoron itself. South Florida is rough, and I encountered a man-eater this weekend, a sorority college girl. That was my first problem right there. I don't know how I didn't see the red flags. But basically, I was on Hinge. I matched with this tall, 5'10", brunette, green eyes, gorgeous face, gorgeous body. She looked like a swimsuit model girl. And we were hitting it off a little bit. I got her number, but it fizzled out. It happens. But on Saturday night, I was going out and I just texted her, hey, honey, the kids miss you. And that works 100% of the time, 90% of the time. So we agreed. She wanted to do dinner and drinks. I think she just wanted a free dinner. So I was like, yeah, let's hold off on that. Let's do drinks. So we agreed to meet at this bar at 11 p.m. And as I'm driving up there with my boy, because I had a feeling she would potentially flake because her texts had already fizzled out once, and her response times even that day at that 8-9 p.m. they were still taking a lot of time. I was like, there's a chance she might flake. So as I'm driving there, I had some leftover pizza for dinner and it was kicking in on the drive. So I had to pull off at the nearest exit, go into a gas station, and explosively die everywhere. It was terrible. I felt bad for the next person that had to walk into that bathroom. It was like a skunk had been in there. And I knew there was no way I could have a good night if that's how it starts. Just no way. But we get to this bar, and it's very much like a college-esque bar where there's just a line out the door. It is packed. You can't find a space for yourself. You can't even hear yourself because there's live music and there's a DJ. A terrible place to meet someone for the first time. But that's besides the point. So I get there in around 11:30. I'm texting her that I'm here, and she's not responding. So I'm like, okay, I'll try to give her the benefit of the doubt. So I walk in with my boy. We're at the bar. I order a drink, and we talk to these two dudes that were wearing cowboy boots. And if you know me, I love line dancing. So I said, hey, do you go to this line dancing place? They did. We followed each other. We were boys. Like, we were blood brothers for that night. So we got our little group of 4, and they're seeing all the cute girls around. And there's a lot. There was. And I was like, I'm on wingman mode tonight. If you guys need help, let me know. And there was these cute blonde girls next to us. And my boy that I was with is a little bit low confidence. So I just went up to them. I said, hey, my name's Ethan. I don't believe we met before. And after that, or you can just do, hey, I don't believe we met before. My name's Ethan. That usually works every single time. And I always say something stupid after, like, you girls are gorgeous. I hope you guys are single because I'm actually Mormon and I'm looking to add 3 more wives to my collection so I can have one for every day of the week. Just something stupid. And that usually gets the conversation going. I never try to tell people literally an answer to whatever their questions are, especially the generic ones like, how old are you? I always say, old enough to take care of you. Or what do you do for work? I always say, I'm an exotic dancer at Tootsie's, which is a local strip club, and I give the best lap dances in Miami, and I give free ones to girls I find attractive. So if you ever need one, let me know. Every single time. Works. So at around 12, the girl is texting me, I'm on my way, and the boys I'm with are like, is she really worth it? Is she that bad? And I show them her Instagram, and they're like, okay, we get it, because it is like Leonardo DiCaprio, Wolf of Wall Street type of find that this girl was. Truly. So she gets there. And we talk for 2 straight hours. Now, in the beginning, it was kind of tough because I couldn't hear her. I basically have tinnitus and I didn't have my hearing aided, and I told her that. But like 10 minutes in, I would just be like pretending to hear her, like, oh yeah, totally. And then she would make a joke and be laughing when she's telling it. So I was like, yeah, totally. That's funny. I couldn't understand a word. And at one point I told her, can you use your man voice? Because I'm having trouble here. Like I would have to lean in basically into her mouth just to hear. And she did a man voice. Like she did a deeper voice. It was super cute. I can't lie. So she can do some banter. Like she can do some witty back and forth. She's sarcastic, Philadelphia girl. And those Philadelphia girls, like they are around, rowdy dudes all the time where you kind of have to be a little bit more masculine in a sense. But like she can talk shit, which I love. So we're talking for 2 straight hours. I'm getting to know her and she has a lot of values that I love. Like Christian, Italian girl, so very close with her family, wants a big family. And as part of this being in a sorority, she's 21. She takes care of like 12 daughters, like 18, 19-year-old girls that are party girls. So she's like, yeah, I'm basically the mom of the group. I'm like, that's perfect. I love the mom of the group. That's the type of girl I want to be with. And she also wants to work at a magazine. So in New York, she wants to move to New York, work over there. She already has 2 jobs right now in the industry so that she can get more experience. And I'm like, wow, career-oriented girl. Gorgeous, has her head on straight, is funny, sarcastic, witty. Like I can get away with saying a lot of the dumb shit that I say because I do say a lot of dumb shit. Like we're vibing, we're great energy, and I'm doing some flirting here and there. I'm like, wow, your eyes are gorgeous. They would look great on our future kids. Just dumb lines like that. Or oh, you have 12 daughters. Well, I can't wait to make a 13th one with you. And I remember at one point, so the red flag so far is that flaky with the texting. And she arrived an hour late. So that's also kind of, a sign of disrespect if we're being honest. And the third flag was she said when she was a freshman, she would always come to this bar dressing up in a really nice tight dress and heels. Like she would really go out. And she was like, yeah, I was a party girl. Oh God. These, I hate saying this word, but hoes know the right things to say to make that seem like they're not gardening tools. And I was like, okay. So she partied a lot her freshman year, and there's a lot of damage you can do in 1 year. Showed up late, and is a bad texter. And she even said, yeah, I'm a bad texter. I mean, the man-eating, tingling senses are going off. But anyways, we talked for 2 hours. I really was enjoying it. Again, value-wise, like, we're really aligning, which is great. And the humor, too, which is huge for me. So we start walking around, and my way to always break the touch barrier is saying, hey, since you're my girlfriend for the night, let's hold hands. And that works every single time. So we're holding hands, walking around, and then we're just like, okay, let's call it a night. I'm not a hookup guy first time. I never do that because I think it just sets a bad percent. I am a guy who likes to date one girl at a time. I don't like to have options. I haven't had sex in 3 months. Like I am very much like, I have to go on multiple dates before I do that. So she drives me back to my car, and I'm waiting on my friend because I'm basically Ubering him for the night. And while we're in her car, only bad things can happen. And while we're talking, at one point, I just look at her in the eyes. I'm just like, you look so gorgeous. Do you want to make out right now? That's literally word for word what I said. And she's like, okay. So we're making out. It's great. I'm enjoying myself. And I'm still doing bits while we're making out. Like while we're making out, God, at any moment, my friend's going to knock on the window while we're making out. It's going to be so funny. And she's laughing. So I can't stop myself. Even when I'm making out, I have to make jokes. I don't know. Is what it is. So that's what actually ended up happening. My friend knocks on the window, blah, blah, blah. It kind of spooks us a little bit. But, we say our goodbyes. I say, hey, I really would like to see you again. I had a great time. I'd love to get dinner, on Monday or something. And she's like, oh, I'm kind of busy. And then Thursday, kind of busy. So again, another kind of showing of lack of interest, but maybe she is busy. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. So I'm like, okay, we'll figure it out. So I text her, I'm on my way back home, and she's like, okay, get back home safe, Mr. Uber. And I'm like, all right, get back home safe, Pookie, because I called her Pookie at one point. We were doing some like TikTok brain rot, slang at one point in the conversation. So Pookie came up. So inside jokes. So we're doing the inside jokes. We're doing good. And then the next morning I text her because she said, oh, I'm going to be working on a banner all day tomorrow. So I was like, how's the banner coming along? And then I get no text back. And then a day passes. And then 2 days passes. And then I realized, oh my God, I think she's a man-eater. And the worst part is I got my hopes up. I did. Because she has everything I looked for. Like that is the type of girl I would love to date. I remember I called my mom that weekend because I call her every weekend. And I was like, I think I legitimately could see myself dating her. And that is not something I do lightly. Like it's very rare that happens. But I think she's probably just talking to other dudes. I'm lower on her priority list. So she didn't respond back. It is what it is. I unfollowed her on Instagram. We keep moving. Tough, man. Honestly. I mean, talk about a woman in a man's profession. Like that is man-eater player behavior. But I guess, I mean, I don't know. I haven't encountered many college sorority girls, but I'm assuming like they're pros in this situationship, talking to a bunch of guys type of game. Or maybe she wasn't interested in me. Who knows? Maybe I said something. That also is a possibility because I say a lot of dumb things. I remember at one point, one of my callbacks was when she was doing the guy voice. I told her, honestly, you know, because I think I said something gay at one point about my homies. And she's like, oh, that's kind of gay. And I was like, yeah, I'm a little bit gay. Like, honestly, when you did that guy voice, that was the most turned on I was this entire interaction. And she laughed. So I knew I could get away with saying dumb stuff. So like the humor was, I think we were very congruent, which is nice. But she's gone. And now all the fantasies of what the future could have looked like with us and our 5 kids on a ranch in Texas are now slowly fading away. And I have to go back into the dating market. I honestly, I'm kind of sick of girls right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's my long rant. Let me know, man eater or not interested. Who knows? It could have been a mix of both. I'll see you guys in the next video.